chroeso I Dydd Iau Yoga. A very warm welcome to Thursday Yoga. And last week we were looking at the mountain pose, which is one of my favourite poses because it's just so good. It just makes me feel so relaxed. Well, today we're going to be building up on our mountain pose and we're going to be doing the tree pose. Now you'll probably see a far stronger tree here. Got a bit of a wobbly tree, okay, but don't worry about it. And the reason why we practice this pose, it really helps with our balance and stability, and we're starting to learn not to put any pressure on our joints. So when you're my age, you won't have the trouble with the hips that I have. So first of all, let's get into mountain pose, and a nice little trick if you're not quite sure of feet hip width apart. You can take your thumbs, your fists, put it between your legs. There we are. And then we're coming back up and making sure that our feet are facing forward. So we'll just start. So we're almost in the mountain pose now. We can just relax our shoulders back into the mountain pose. Now then, so we've got a really nice strong base to begin with. And remember, we've got that little bit of string that's lifting the tops of our heads. Okay. So for the mountain pose now, we're going to be taking one foot, and I'm going to take my right foot and tapping it so I know which side it is. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to be lifting it up on the toes. And then I'm just going to be balancing it just on my other foot, well, by my ankle on the other foot. You can see I'm balancing it on my ankle to begin, and my knee is turned out. Now this is where it gets tricky. Now try not to lock the knee out of the other leg, and imagine that you're pulling up through your hip joint so you're not sinking into the ground. You're nice and strong. So now then, okay, so first of all, so we're going to take our arms. I've got our branches, and we're going to bring our branches right up to meet the sun, right up, and we're going to grow nice and tall. Now sometimes if you look up, it gets a bit wobbly, so it's okay if you face the front. We're going to stretch, and we're going to bring our arms back down with our palms sitting on our heart. Okay, now then we're going to try it the other side. So you might find that one side is a little bit stronger than the other. You can hear me clicking there. So this side is a lot more wobbly, so you'll probably see a bit of a wobbly tree now. So I've lifted you can see I'm just checking, yes, my toes are pointing out, my heel is pointing, my knee is pointing out. I'm tucking my bottom in, my shoulders are relaxed, my head's lifted. Now then, let's get these branches to grow. They're going to grow up into the sun. Oh, and then they're getting taller and taller and taller and stretching up and bringing it back down into the chest, and then back down. Now then, we're going to try it a little bit now. We're going to make it a little bit more difficult here. Now, you might see, now this time, we're going to lift our foot up, and you can either put it here, or you can even put it above your knee. But one thing I'm going to ask you to do is not put it on your knee, because if you put it on your knee, you're pushing out against your joint, and that will make it really, really sore. So we want to make sure that we do things safely. So, starting mountain pose. Now then, let's lift the leg up carefully. Now then, you can see Mrs. Kenny starting to have a little wobble. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get them to balance against each other. Now you might find if you have active hands and you push them together and you focus on a point in front of you, you'll find it easier. So get those active hands. That's it. And we'll be breathing in as we go up. Let's breathe in. And get to the top. And we bring our hands together and breathe out. Should we do it again? And exhale, breathe out. And back it goes. Now, if you do wobble, don't worry, the ground is there to catch you. So let's try it again now this time. So, okay, mountain pose. We're going to I'm going to be lifting my left leg. And you can see I'm starting to wobble. And push it underneath against my calf. I'm going to use my active hands just to get my balance. I'm going to focus on a point in front of you, imaginary point in front of you. Now then, so Let's breathe in. Ooh, I'm in a little bit. I think the breeze has picked up with Mrs. Kenny, and that's okay. And if it goes down, just put it back up and breathe out. And back it goes. So as you can see, if you fall, the ground will catch you. Okay. Now then, so let's get into the mountain pose just to finish now. And that does get easier with practice, and you might be at the point now, I don't think I'll ever be at that point, where you can put your heel against the inside of your thigh without holding it. So I'll have to come back down. Well done. So let's get into mountain pose. Let's check our feet are facing forward. Let's tuck gently, roll up, that's it. So we've got head over heart and heart over pelvis. Bring our hands down by the sides. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Now then, let's bring our hands to our heart. We're going to whisper our magic words. Namaste. And we're going to finish by saying, Hwyl fawr am y tro.